One of the most successful games of all time on PC as well as on mobile phones, PUBG, or more commonly known as PUBG, has smashed many records so far and has got everyone hooked on like crazy. Since the release of its mobile version, it has become more accessible to everyone and is now raising concerns of addiction. People get so hooked to the game that they forget the real world and the virtual world becomes their way of life. Before we begin, if you are new here, just go ahead and click the subscribe button and tap the bell icon. I regularly upload gameplay videos and gaming related news, so make sure you don't miss any updates. In this video, we'll discuss about what goes on behind the scenes when you are getting addicted to the game. Let's explore the psychology behind this. Number 1. Its similarity to gambling. Has it ever crossed your mind that this game could be a form of gambling? After a great challenge, it gives you a rewarding experience, which in turn gives you pleasure. To understand what makes this process addictive, we have to understand what makes gambling addictive. Our brain releases a chemical called dopamine whenever it feels rewarded. Any simple act such as winning a game or finishing a task releases dopamine into the system, which gives you pleasure and motivates you to do it again. This also happens during gambling. Just like drugs, it stimulates the dopamine releasing nerve cells in the brain. That's why gamblers keep returning to it again and again. PUBG works a lot on this concept. If you allow me to get a little more technical, this is called a compulsion loop, a designed chain of activities that will be repeated to gain a reward, which causes the release of dopamine. The game drops you unarmed and without any equipment on an island and lets you collect weapons, as if it has just dealt you a hand of cards. Here on, it depends on your skill to make it through to the end. If you win, it rewards you in the form of coins or points or crates and skins and clothes. Completing additional challenges within the game rewards you again. Then there are daily challenges or specific weapon-based challenges, and the list goes on and on. You are constantly rewarded upon winning, which makes you keep coming back to the game. Very soon, it becomes your mission to stay on the leaderboards and brag about your rank and achievements. But all this happens when you win. What if you lose? And what if you keep losing again and again? That's when the fallback mechanism comes into action. Number 2. The feeling of being almost there. If you get taken out early on in the game, you'd think perhaps you chose a wrong spot to land. The next time you'll be wiser and pick a less crowded area and maybe you'll get further. And you do. The next time it works. But then you get taken out after reaching the group of the last 10 people alive. And then the game intentionally shows you your rank and how close you were to winning. You think, damn, this time I was almost there. You feel like you could do it next time. So you rinse and repeat. Thus the cycle goes on and on. Can you guess another game that worked on a similar principle? It was one of the highest grossing games of all time. And at its peak, the game was earning almost $1 million per day. Candy Crush. The Candy Crush requests on Facebook never seem to end. With Candy Crush you lose a lot. I mean a lot. But you keep coming back. Because you almost always lose with just a few candy matches to go. Sometimes you could win the game if you had just one extra move. One extra move. Which makes you believe that you could do it next time. And then you start it all over again. Before you know it, you are hooked. A similar thing happens with PUBG and you keep coming back for more. Number 3. Decisions. This game works on a risk versus reward system all the time. What do you choose? You could choose to hide in a safe place and let the game go on, in which case you won't be able to receive any special gear or equipment, which makes your survival harder. Or you could choose to move out and look for supplies at the risk of being taken out by another player. It is this component that constantly keeps you excited and on the edge of your seat while you keep making these real-time decisions throughout the game. You feel like you have control over how the game will play out because every decision that you make affects your game. Number 4. Competition. Being the last person standing. In a pool of 100 players, being the last person to remain alive while all the others have been beaten is a satisfactory feeling in itself, the feeling of accomplishment and the feeling of being a winner. If not anything, the last 4 words will make you come back to the game definitely. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. These principles apply generally to most of the addictive games. Now you know the psychology behind it. If you have liked the video, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. I'll be back with more great content. Until then, this is Rusty Shooter signing off. So are you addicted to PUBG? Let me know in the comments below.